What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another Infinite Warfare video here today on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about something that got leaked here within Infinite Warfare, and of course, also could be inferred based off of what has happened in Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, and also was relatively confirmed during a quarterly meeting for Activision in which they talked sales and different numbers in the analytics department of their business. So, that said, for those following along with these little bits of hints, we're going to be talking about supply drops in Infinite Warfare. So let's talk about the business side of things here before we get into the actual details of this. Firstly, it can be kind of pretty much inferred that supply drops will be making a return. As much as you may love it or hate the idea of supply drops returning, they are definitely something as a business side of a game it would be ridiculous to cut out, because if you're making a ton of extra revenue from in-game purchases, that's something that you wouldn't really voluntarily give away. So that said, Advanced Warfare had some great numbers here with this, but supposedly according to Activision, their second quarter of 2016 gave away some really interesting things. That being that the in-game content sales were at a record high this year, driven primarily by Black Ops 3 DLC map packs as well as supply drops. So these numbers also include their games such as Destiny, World of Warcraft, Overwatch, and other games alike, but it is something that those games had some nice sales, but the numbers for Call of Duty and more specifically supply drops in Black Ops 3 DLC, that was tenfold over everything else. Now, while it does help that weapons were added into supply drops this year over just simply weapon variants in last year's game, this does help those numbers increase because people see these new weapons, they want to play with these new weapons, and really in a business standpoint, it's a brilliant way and also kind of teetering on the edge of playing the risk of a community rioting, but also it drives those sales, so it's really how you want to perceive it, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan of how supply drops worked out this year, but I do admit that it is a brilliant way in a marketing standpoint and a business standpoint to gain some extra revenue. So with that said, Infinite Warfare was leaked a lot of information about it, and in that information, there was information on supply drops in which they, 1, will be returning, and 2, will feature weapons as DLC in supply drops. Now, of course, along with supply drop weapons, there will be a ton of different cosmetic items, so pretty much the way that this leak goes is going to be very similar to Black Ops 3 and how the microtransaction supply drops worked in this game. So pretty much see that coming into Infinite Warfare. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. It is interesting nonetheless, and is going to be really interesting how the community is going to perceive it as well. The only redeeming factor, which we're going to talk about in a later video, and I'm actually really happy about this, is the fact that there's supposedly going to be an in-game market as well. So you might not have to spend hundreds of dollars trying to gamble for a weapon. Instead, you might be able to buy, sell, and trade that. So with that said, though, that's going to wrap it up here today, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to let you guys know the future of supply drops. Honestly, now looking forward to this. It's probably going to be something that becomes a staple in Call of Duty. So love it or hate it, it's just something that we're gonna have to deal with. So that said, I would love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Are you guys happy that supply drops are returning? Are you guys infuriated that it is returning? Or do you guys not really care too much? You just go with the flow with it. I'd love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But thank you dude so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, make sure you drop a like rating down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on that road to 50,000 subscribers. So every little bit does help and is of course greatly appreciated. But my name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.